U periodu od 15. do 20. juna 2025. godine u distriktu Bosanskih piramida održana je još jedna izuzetno uspješna naučna konferencija i tura povodom početka ljeta. U sklopu konferencije u Bosanskoj dolini piramida predavanja i prezentacije su održala 4 od 10 najvećih nezavisnih istraživača u svijetu. Dr. Semir Osmanagić, J.J. Desire Hurtak iz Sjedinjenih Američkih Država, Michael Tellinger iz Južnoafričke Republike, kao i Valeri Uvarov iz Rusije, te još jedan izuzetan predavač iz Sjedinjenih Američkih Država, Ken Cherry. Konferencija je otvorena u hotelu Vema gdje je upriličena pozdravna večera za predavače, kao i veliki broj gostiju ovogodišnje ture, kojih je bilo nekoliko stotina iz svih dijelova svijeta.
Now, if you have wondered if there was a heaven on earth, wonder no more. You came to one. Over the next week, you will realize that I was not kidding. We are the ones who actually create our destinies. And you will see what we have built right here. With the archaeology and through history, healing, energy, science, culture, sports. So you will love your experience in Bosnia. Those of you who came here before, 10, 12 years ago, 5 years ago, you will be very happy with the development and progress that we have achieved. And those of you who are here for the first time, I think you will be very happy with the experience. And you will be back very soon. Now let me see how many of you are coming again and again and again. How many return back? All right, so it's about half, at least. We have people from different countries. We have people from the United States of America, right? USA, USA, all right? USA. From United Kingdom, UK, all right? From Austria, okay? From Germany, okay? From Switzerland, from
South Africa.
From South Afrikaners, we have two of them.
Vietnam.
From Vietnam. From Mexico. There you go, Mexico. Sweden. Very Sweden.
There are still 8 people who arrive.
Okay, what else? France?
Holland.
France?
Over there.
Oh, there. Okay, Netherlands? Holland, yes. Dutch people, okay. Did I miss anyone?
Italy.
Australia?
France and Spain, they're coming
Yes.
Thursday.
France? Belgium? Okay, Belgium, 6 points, all right. Romania, there you go, Romania. Poland, wonderful. Greece, okay, Greece. Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan. All right. But anyway, this will be a real nice experience. We have people from all over. So international experience, international spirit. So my name is Dr. Semir Osmanagić. I'm going to host your visit once a year, and once a year only. I'm host to such tours and conferences. And it's always for the summer solstice. Why summer solstice? Beginning of the most beautiful season of the year. The summer is the day when the daylight is the longest, summer rays are strongest, and our mother planet is the healthiest. So that's a good reason to celebrate. So we will be celebrating. A few words about our program. You are accommodated in Hotel Vema. Hotel Vema, this is a hotel which was opened last year. It's a brand new hotel. Probably until 2 years ago, people would not even care to open a new hotel because there was no tourism, no guests from anywhere. But thanks to our project, every year, thousands of people come here, and thanks to people like you, guests, you know, the tourism started growing in this town, and we have really colored this town and central Bosnia with the tourism. That's one good thing. Hotel has some really good amenities. You know, this is a spa hotel, there is a swimming pool, there is even astronomical observatory with a telescope. They have the climbing wall, you know, if you have nothing to do, they go ahead and climb. They have sauna, they have massage. Also, the first 2 floors is the shopping mall. Imagine that. And below that, there is a nice food store, big supermarket. So everything you need, you can find here. The staff is very pleasant. I think you will enjoy. You need anything, talk to the people in the lobby. And of course, when it comes to the program and everything else besides the hotel, our crew is here. I believe most of you already know Adnan, who's our tourist manager. He's been with us for 15, 16 years, started as a volunteer. Eventually, you know, we hired him. Now I need to pay him every month. You met Sandy also, the guy who was driving me, organized the transportation. He's been with us a long time. So when I told him JJ is coming, or I know him, okay. Oh, Michael is coming. Oh, he needs this. He wants me to go there. So he knows the key players here also. We have our 2 girls here, you know, Elvira and Emina. So they are official guys because we are going to have 2 buses, so they will be in the buses also with you in case any questions or things like that. Now, the program is not tough. Usually the first day is kind of a little bit challenging because we will be climbing the Pyramid of the Sun, not to the top, but there will be about 300 stairs. It's a little bit. So this is what we're going to do. Tomorrow, Monday, will be our first full day of the conference. We are going to meet at 8:45. It will be in the front of the hotel, the main street. In the back is a parking lot, in the front, 8:45. The buses will come, pick you up, and we are going to our first location, which is called Belvedere. Belvedere, nice view. We're going to have a view of the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. It's a nice location. We can purchase the land. We have our billboards and a beautiful view. So it will be a photo opt for you to make first pictures of the largest and oldest pyramid on the planet, the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. Still mostly covered by the forested pyramid. Like majority of them really from China, Indonesia, Cambodia, Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, and so on. After that, when we give introduction to the project, we're going to be climbing our archaeological trenches of the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. So you will be able to see, to touch, and sit on this best quality concrete. After that, we go back to our hub, which is the tunnels and the park. Beautiful park around 2. We're going to have a lunch. You will go for the first time to the tunnels. Intriguing, archaeologically, scientifically, but also a place of special energies, place of healing. And then after that, probably we'll have some time off, and then we're going to do the first lecture. The lectures we will be doing every day from 5 p.m. to approximately 8 p.m. with a little break between. The lunch will be served in our park. It will be prepared by the local women organization. So some of you already have experience. It's excellent food. It's organic food. It's not like that GMO trash in the US or Western Europe. So you will be able to feel the taste of tomato or potato. Huh? And soda, of course. And so tomorrow I'll be talking first. So tomorrow is my lecture, 5 to 8 o'clock.
And what will you be talking about?
About the stone circles of Africa. So tomorrow, 8 o'clock, the buses will take you back to the hotel. So you won't be staying too long, because I realize that some of you came from the States and you still need some time to adjust. So that's tomorrow. Day after, we're going to go to a beautiful place. It's a conical artificial hill, and in archaeology, this is the definition for the tumulus. Now we have two tumuli in our Bosnian Mall of the Pyramids. We're going to visit one. This is the place where we last year purchased the property, so half of the tumulus really belongs to our non-profit foundation, and we made it really look nice, and we're going to have a beautiful time over there. After that, park again, and then I'm going to give you a tour of the half of the park. For those of you who don't know, 10 years ago, it was swamp, muddy land, neglected. We transformed 100,000 square meters of that neglected land, or more than 1 million square feet, into the most beautiful European park. Filled with the different installations, you will see what I'm talking about. So Tuesday, we're going to check first half of the park. Again, the lunch, and Tuesday, we're going to have our honored guests, doctors JJ and Desiree Fertak, our dear friends from the United States, and I will talk more about them before they start their talk. And then once they finish around 8 o'clock, since you're going to be a little bit more rested, we plan to bring the guitar and we're going to go to a special place with a little fire, and then we're going to be singing and having fun as long as we want. Those of you who want to go back to the hotel, we can accommodate that. That's Tuesday. Wednesday, we're going to go to the Bosnian Pyramid of the Moon. Moon, the female energy. We will like that also. Coming back to the park, and lunch. And Wednesday, we're going to have Michael Tellinger as a presenter. He'll be talking about the Bosnian Pyramids as an expert. Yes. That's Wednesday. Thursday, it's kind of a day off of the Bosnian Pyramids. Majority is going to be taking you to capital city of Sarajevo, which is about 35-40 minutes from here. And you're going to have a city tour with our guides, and you're going to eat there, and we're going to be back just in time for the lecture of our friend from Russia, Valery Uvarov. That's Thursday. And then by Friday, we're going to really finish with our locations, with our major locations, so we'll have some time off. I know, bless you, I know most people would like to go to the tunnels several times because of the healing aspect, so of course we're going to be accommodating that. So Friday, we will have a couple of things in the morning, with museum, Rame 3 tunnels, but we're going to have 4 or 5 hours free to use the way you want. You want to come here, swim in the pool? That's fine. You want to spend more time in the tunnels, in the park? That's fine also. Now, Friday and Saturday, this is the time of our summer solstice festival. So we're going to be having different performers from Croatia, from America, from Germany, from Serbia, from Bosnia, singing. We're going to be doing some dancing. We're going to have fun Friday.
Prvi dan, po običaju, bio je predviđen za obilazak lokacije Belvedere, odakle se pruža najljepši pogled na bosansku piramidu sunca, najveću piramidu na svijetu.
This is our first location. We call it Belvedere. Italian, Belvedere, nice view. Nice view of the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun and the town of Visoko. Those of you not obstructed by the tree here, in front of me, covered by forest, is the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. Now it's right there. So we'll be able to move left and right, so we'll be able to see it real nice. Some of you came here 10 or 15 years back. At that time, nothing was here as far as our location. It was narrow road here, so we had to look behind the bushes to see the pyramid. But a year and a half ago, we purchased this hill, and then we made it real nice. So this is like a starting point for the project. We have 14 billboards explaining the project and the pyramids and the discovery and some of the scientific, features of the Pyramid Valley. back in April of 2005, exactly 20 years ago, I first came to this town of Visoko. At that time I lived in Houston, Texas. I came to visit the local museum. But what really caught my attention was this. Everybody called it a natural hill because it is covered by forest. However, I was looking at the geometry. Geometry for me was very clear. In front of me, one side. To the right, another one. To the left, another one. In the back, another one. So 4 sides. In front of us, triangular face. To the left, another one. So 4 triangular faces, 4 corners. So it was the geometry of the 4-sided pyramid. I took compass, and compass showed me that this side perfectly matched true north. The one in the back, south, east, and west. And for me it was clear. Mother Nature does not make 4-sided hills, 4 triangular faces, 4 corners, same slope from bottom to the top, and perfect orientation. Now, we've been programmed in our lives to think the pyramids equal Egypt, desert, pharaohs, tombs. Let's deprogram ourselves. Pyramids are structures. They have pyramid geometry. For our planet, it is 4-sided pyramid geometry. And there are some other features, like orientation, artificial construction material from energetically potent features. We have underground waters, we have major rivers, we have underground tunnels, we have passageways, we have resonance chambers, we have so many other features. So these are the pyramids. So since I've been traveling around the world researching pyramids, from Mayan pyramids in Mesoamerica all the way to Peru, Bolivia, China, Indonesia, Cambodia, Australia, Mauritius, Sudan, Egypt, of course, Canary Islands, Spain, I realized that majority of the pyramids in the world are actually covered by soil and vegetation. The Mayan civilization built not 10, not 100, not 1,000, but more than 100,000 pyramids, and 97% of them are still in the jungles. You go to Guatemala, El Salvador, Mexico, Honduras, 97% of them still covered. Only the major ones have been uncovered. China, 250 of them, all covered by soil. Indonesia, Gunung Padang, covered. So for me, this was nothing new. For other people, they have a kind of limit. So back in 2005, when I went back to Houston, I said to myself, this is so big and so important, I need to stay on it. So I sent a letter to the Ministry of Culture asking for the permission for the preliminary research. I got it, I came back to Bosnia, and this is when the project started. First as a one-man show in 2005, but later on I established non-profit foundation and we'll talk more about it.
Nakon lokacije Belvedere gosti su se uputili na Bosansku piramidu Sunca gdje su uz stručnu prezentaciju doktora Osmanagića imali priliku obići ovu grandioznu piramidu, ali se i upoznati sa projektom koji u Visokom traje 20 godina.
This is our second location. We are actually at the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. If you remember, we were watching from our first location, Belvedere, towards the pyramid. That was the northern face. And right now, we are at the northern face of the pyramid. We could see the forest. We are in the middle of the forest right now. This forest has been planted since 1960s and 1970s. At that time, in the socialist country of Yugoslavia, wherever they had hills with no forest, they were trying to plant the forest. And they didn't even know that they were planting the forest on the artificial structure. Well, how do we know that this is an artificial structure? The first element, we could see the geometry from 2.5 kilometers away, four-sided pyramid. Secondly, we have orientation to the cardinal points. Back in 2005, when I got permission for the preliminary research, we started digging on several places. So these spots, these sections are called archaeological trenches or archaeological sondas. So this is our sonda number 4C. Over there, 4A, 4B, 5A, 5B, and so on. So everything we did as far as the archaeology, we were finding construction material. Secondly, we did geological core drilling. We were finding anomalies as well. What you would expect if it was geological stratigraphy, you would expect layers. First we got the soil, dark soil, light soil, dark clay, light clay, gray clay, sandstone. That's regular stratigraphy in Bosnia. Instead, in our case, we got soil, 1 meter of soil, and then we got those blocks. So we immediately realized that this was an anomaly, as they call it. And then we started doing lab analysis, more anomalies. So back in 2005, I wrote my first book about the discovery of this pyramid, which I named the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. And across the valley, the Bosnian Pyramid of the Moon. Why the names? Several reasons. If the pyramid comes in pairs, like in Mesoamerica, South America, they usually call them Pyramid of the Sun, Pyramid of the Moon. Teotihuacan, in Guatemala, in Peru, many other places. But when I added Bosnian, there is only one Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. There are hundreds of pyramids of the Sun in Meso and South America. The second reason, there is an astronomical relationship between the Sun and the Moon pyramid. In the middle of the summer, the sun rises on the east, of course, and we can see the shadow of the Sun pyramid, which is the triangular shadow. And as the sun moves on the horizon, the shadow moves. And just before the sunset, the shadow covers the western slope of the Moon pyramid completely. So in symbolical way, the message from the ancient builders is that the rule of the day and the sun is over, and the rule of the night and the moon starts. And that's number two. And number three, people who are sensitive, who can sense the energies. From day one, they were telling me, oh, here is very strong energy. It feels like male energy. You go to the Moon pyramid, it's different. It's like emotions, female energy. So we got Sun and the Moon pyramid. So I wrote my first book. I published it in October of 2005. I had a big press conference in Sarajevo, the capital city of Bosnia, where I announced the news that we have pyramids in Bosnia. This was a big news. You know, CNN, CBS, ABC, BBC from London, ZDF from Germany, RAI from Italy, all the regional media were writing about it. So it exploded, and I received 12,500 emails from the whole world, people congratulating, supporting, people were very happy to hear something like that. However, the complete cultural establishment of Bosnia, archaeologists, historians, geologists, museums, all against. They started writing, oh, it's impossible, no pyramids in Bosnia, attacking. I went to the Department of Archaeology at the University of Sarajevo. I offered them collaboration. They told me, no. We know every square meter of Bosnia, we have no pyramids. We don't know 95% what is below the vegetation here in Bosnia. I went to the National Museum. They told me, we never had pharaohs, therefore we cannot have pyramids. I realized that I'm talking to people who live in the 19th century mentally. So we established non-profit non-government foundation under the name Archaeological Park Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun Foundation, which actually hosts your visit today. And in the last 20 years, this has become the most active archaeological site in the world. People around me know how archaeology functions. 10 diggers, 1 archaeologist, 15 days a year. And then they are writing reports for 5 or 10 years. Not here. We work 12 months a year. Hundreds of volunteers every year.
Popodnevni sati su bili predviđeni za obilazak prahistorijskog kompleksa tunela Ravne, kao i prvi dio obilaska parka Ravne 2, a nakon toga je uslijedilo i prvo predavanje domaćina doktora Osmanagića.
Welcome to the Bosnian Pyramid Summer Solstice Tour Conference and Festival 2025. This conference is mostly about the pyramids. I've been researching pyramids for the last 40 years, and I have concluded that almost everything they teach us about the ancient history, pyramids and megalithic sites is wrong. The origin of man, civilizations, pyramids. They program us in the school that pyramids are built in Egypt and Mesoamerica, and that's wrong. They are built on all 6 continents. They program us to think that Egyptian pyramids are built as tombs for the pharaohs, and that's wrong again. In Egypt there are not 118 pyramids as non-scientific Wikipedia claims, but 155. That's how many I visited and investigated. No mummies. The pharaohs have been buried, but in the Valley of Kings, which is 600 kilometers to the south, in Thebes and Memphis and Abydos and Dendera. So in 21st century we need to use science, not the bedtime stories by Egyptologists and archaeologists, to answer the major questions. Who really built the pyramids? When? How? And of course, why?
Drugi dan konferencije bio je predviđen i za nastavak obilazaka lokacija u Bosanskoj dolini piramida, a popodnevni sati rezervisani za još jedno sjajno predavanje na engleskom jeziku. Brojnoj publici u predavaoni parka Ravne 2 predstavili su se JJ i Desire Hurtag s prezentacijom Utjecaj piramide na svijest uma, tijela i duše.
And as you can see, we actually have this book. I don't think that Dr. Sam knew about it. And we're going to give him a copy at the end of the evening. It's called Giza's Industrial Complex. And it was co-written with our friend James Brown, who's a contractor. So he had gone also like us in the 70s and 80s to the Great Pyramid. He looked at it from a very structural foundation. He realized that there's much more behind the scenes.
Yes, this book also has the actual pictures of the finding of the tomb of Osiris. 2 years before Zahi Hawass announced it to the world on Fox television. He said, by the way, there was a group 2 years before. He didn't name our group, but he was obviously referring to us because we had leading geologists, archaeologists, Egyptologists with us.
Yes,
and we were able to bring cameras under the ground. So the whole finding is recorded on film.
Right, we were part of the Shore Expedition. This is a philanthropist who's always been interested in Egypt, and he funded the entire project. It's not easy to get permits to do these things.
And so my background, as Dr. Sam has mentioned, we cover many disciplines. I began as a young scholar, studying Egyptology with Dr. Otto Schaden from the University of Minnesota, who was one of the main investigators of the Valley of the Kings. Klaus Barrett, the University of Chicago, worked with ancient documentation of Upper Egypt. And I was a young student of Mircea Eliade, who was the Einstein of comparative religion at the University of Chicago. But the more I studied, I realized classical Egyptology was not on the right track, was not going deep enough and wide enough. And so, also as a student of Oriental philosophy and religion, I began to use mantras in my meditations. And at one point, over 50 years ago, I used a combination of energy mantras, and I was mentally taken into another dimension. That is another aspect that some of you know, because our work of the Academy for Future Science is science guided by consciousness, where we bring together the analytical side of the brain, the left, with the multidimensional side of the spiritual, the musical, the right. And you cannot understand our documentation or our books without putting both sides of the human creation together.
Srijeda 18. juni je bila predviđena za predavanje Michaela Tellingera na engleskom jeziku, ali i nastavak obilazaka, kao i druženje prisutnih gostiju te ulaske i meditacije u tunelima Ravne. Inače, Michael Tellinger je pronalazač prahistorijskih kamenih krugova, promotor megalitne lokacije Adamov kalendar i inicijator Ubuntu pokreta za humaniji način organizacije života.
Thank you. Really appreciate such a wonderful turnout here, and it's been a fantastic event. Let's give a big round of applause, not just to Sam, the visionary here, but all the people that make it possible around him. Yeah. Come on, guys, give yourselves a big round of applause. You can be a visionary, but on your own you're going to achieve very little, and that's what we often forget. So. Right, where are we? Oh, I was going to say, before I go deep, that a few years ago Sam gave me this hat, and I must tell you, since then, it's been fantastic. Everywhere I go, people recognize me.
Calling you Sam, yeah.
And they want my autograph, and they ask me about Bosnia and pyramids. So I don't wear it. I wear it outside of Bosnia, but not inside. So yeah, I just put it on just so you could recognize me. Now that I've done that, I'm gonna take it off. It's bloody hot. How's my hair? All right, we're gonna get going here. Whoa. I like to see the slides as they come up so I can prepare myself, and I can't see it there, so I'm going to stand here. So I apologize, I omitted the one heading there which said Vanished Civilizations of Southern Africa, One Small Town Initiative, and the Bosnian Pyramids. I didn't add it in there, but we'll deal with it shortly. So my name is Michael Tellinger, for those who don't know me. I come from South Africa. These are some of the books that I've written. My books, I'm very proud to say at this stage, have been translated into 12 languages, which is really interesting. How that happened, I don't know, but that is a fact. So today we're gonna do what I like to do most, and that's connect the dots from the ancient past to the present and see what we can learn. What can we learn from the ancient civilizations that we can put to the use of our civilization today? Because I'm of the belief that if we can't learn from the past and learn from our mistakes, then we're a bunch of bloody idiots and we don't deserve to be happy and live in peace. So we need to look at what we've done wrong in the past and stop doing that and do something else. Learn from our mistakes and learn from the past civilizations.
Četvrti dan ovogodišnje konferencije i ture povodom početka ljeta obilježilo je predavanje najproduktivnijeg graditelja modernih piramida, Valerija Uvarova iz Rusije, ali i obilazak glavnog grada Bosne i Hercegovine, Sarajeva. Posljednji dan konferencije gosti su imali priliku obići još jedan ulaz u tunele Ravne 3, poslušati još jednu sjajnu prezentaciju doktora Osmanagića, ali i predavanje Kena Čerija iz Sjedinjenih Američkih Država. Noćni sati donijeli su početak tradicionalnog 10. po redu festivala povodom početka ljeta, na kojem su ove godine nastupili Mirza Selimović i Jelena Tomašević, a prisutni posjetioci konferencije nisu krili oduševljenje organizacijom, onime što su imali priliku da vide i osjete, te se vraćaju prepuni pozitivnih utisaka, uz poruku da jedva čekaju neki novi dolazak u Bosansku dolinu piramida. Ovaj događaj je svakako bio značajan i za Fondaciju Arheološki park Bosanska piramida Sunca, ali i za visoku i cijelu Bosnu i Hercegovinu, jer su gosti iz cijelog svijeta još jednom u nizu iz naše zemlje odnijeli pozitivne utiske, priče i slike koje mijenjaju narativ o našoj zemlji u svijetu.